Hey everybody, Mr. Nordhausen here. We're going to be working on some marching band exercises today. This is going to be a 3-part series, maybe even a 4-part if time allows. Part 1 is going to be going through snare drum exercises. Part 2 will be tenor drum, Part 3 bass drum, and if time, Part 4 cymbals. What I'm going to be doing is going through our specific Leroy Marching Knights exercise warm-up packet, which I have a copy of right here. It's basically just a compilation of exercises that withstood the test of time, like your traditional 8 on a hand, hug-a-dug-a-burr, which is like a 16th note rolling exercise. Then there's a couple additional ones that I've written in here. One I call wham bam, thank you flams, things like that. So I'm going to walk you through the snare drum version today. If you are one of my students in the marching band, this is a video that's going to be helping you get ready to play one of these instruments. If you want to be a snare drummer in our Marching Knights, well then these are the exercises you need to learn, that you need to memorize, that you need to use to improve your skill, which is the goal of all these exercises, right? Skill development, that's what we're doing here. Usually through rudiments or other basic skills, concepts, and techniques. So the first one, like I said, is 8 on a hand. We are literally playing 8 notes per hand, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and with the right, then same thing with the left, and back and forth. And you can make this any length you want. What we've got here is 9 measures, with the 9th measure being a simple to end it, and then you'd be looping back and doing it again. You can play this exercise at tons of different tempos, slow, fast. You can do different stick heights. You can work on different dynamic levels, things of that nature. So let me take you through it. Here's 8 on a hand. So you get your tap off, right? Dum, and you're back, and you'd be going through it again. So that's just a nice traditional 8 on a hand. You're striving for even and consistent stroke in terms of the power, in terms of the height, in terms of height within one hand, height from hand to hand, things like that. Again, you could try faster, you could try slower, you could do different dynamics. So here's like a piano version where I'll be playing only maybe 2 inches off the head. Okay. You could also change up the dynamics within the exercise. Maybe take the first half of it playing piano, and then take the second half of it, the latter 4 measures, and play fortissimo. All right, so anything like that, those are all different variations that we'd play, but that's 8 on a hand. There we go. All right, our next exercise, as mentioned earlier, hug-a-dug-a-burr. So the concept here is that whether you're playing 16th notes, single hits, or whether you're bouncing, the hand motion stays the same. All rolls, 7-stroke, well, it could be triplet bass, but 5-stroke, 7-stroke, 6-stroke, 10-stroke, 13, blah, blah, blah. They're all 16th note based. If I want to play a 9-stroke roll, it's counted 1 E and a 2. Except for I would bounce 1 E and only tap the 2. Right? So there's no difference in my rhythm, in my hand speed, in my wrist between this and this. Literally, I'm doing the same thing with the one exception of allowing the stick to rebound into a bounce stroke for the first 4 and then a single tap after. Okay, same thing. A 17-stroke roll is 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, right? But if I just bounce all those, except for that final hit on 3, now it's a 17-stroke roll. But the hand motion doesn't change. That's what hug-a-dug-a-burr is going after here. So if you've got the music up in front of you, and by the way, I probably should have mentioned that at the beginning of this video, you can find all of these exercises on my website. Just search Mr. Nordhausen and my school Google website will come up. Maybe I can post them elsewhere as well, but all these exercises are available, and I'm not taking credit. I didn't write these things. I've arranged different ones, and there are one or two that I wrote originally out of my own head, but like 8 on a hand, I mean, that's been done for longer than I've been alive. So, and that's a while. So, all right, so here we go. Hugga-dugga-burr, trying to keep that consistent 16th note pulsation with your wrists. There are some accents thrown in here as well. We'll go a little slower, like one yenda. Here we go. And so do notice that there are some accents in there, as well as there are some dynamics. So let's do it again a little bit faster. Faster yet. Okay, so there's Hugga-dugga-burr. Play along with that one. Work on those nice open double diddle bounce strokes. All right. Bossa Clave Blues. This is one that I was first introduced to as a high school kid with the Empire Statesman Drum and Bugle Corps. It's all eighth notes, but it's a series of transitioning or shifting accents. So between the members of the battery percussion section. So the snare drums are playing accents on the and of 1, then they're playing on 3, then they're playing on the end of 4. But then in the next measure, the accents are shifted over by 1/8 note. So they're playing on 2, and then the and of 3, and then the next measure it's 1, and then and of 2. So it's an accent every 3/8 notes, which is really cool. So the snare drum part's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, and then you do the same thing with the left hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Meanwhile, the bass drums are playing accents, on one of the other 2 that I'm not accenting. And then the tenor drums are playing an accent on the one that the snare drums and the bass drums are not. So between the snare, the bass, and tenor, you're getting boom, ja, da, boom, doom, ga, doom, ga, doom, da, doom. So you're getting this cascading, the bass drum's accent, then the snare drum accents, then the tenor drum. So boom, shot, doom, 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 ga, doom, da. It's really, really cool. So that's the first half of the exercise. Then the second half of the exercise, it's actually not even a half. Just the final 2 bars are 16th notes. Dynamically very, very soft. 1 E into 2 E into 3 E into 4 E into, and then very loud. So you do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 E into 2 E into 3 E into 4 E into 1. Cool? So that's Bossa Clave Blues. I'll play a little bit slower this time. 1 and 2 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 E into 2 E into 3 E into 4 E into 1 E into 2. All right, Bossa Clave Blues. All right, next up, what do we got? 6/8 diddle roll. All right, so 6/8 time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Depending on its speed, you're counting it in 6 and even possibly feeling it in groups of 3, or you're feeling it in the macro, which would be 2, 1, 2, jump up, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But you'd still must be feeling that macro beat of 1, 2. 1, 2. This one we're feeling 6, and you can do it at all sorts of different tempos, again, like we've said with all the exercises. The idea here is similar to Hugga Dugga Burr. It's the fact that the hand motion should not change between single strokes and double strokes. Okay? So, except for instead of in a duple meter, you know, where we're playing 16th notes as in Hugga Dugga Burr, here we're playing in a triple fashion with 6/8 time. So the diddles are going to be moving around, or actually I shouldn't say moving around. Yeah, I mean they're moving around and they're being added to. So the first 2 bars are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then on 1, 3, and 5 we diddle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So. Okay, then it displaces and the diddle is on 2, 4, and 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4 bars together, you know. Does that make sense? So. Again, my hand motion is not changing from jut, 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 jut. So that's the first 4 bars. Then we've got putting those 2 together back to back. So you'll go right, 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 left, 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 right with the diddles. So here's the whole opening line. Okay, so that's the opening line if you're looking at the music. The next line, instead of a single double, it's funny, instead of a single double hit, we're doubling that up. So we're going to be doing back to back, 2 in a row. Okay, basically 5-stroke rolls and tap 5-stroke rolls. So the second line would go like this. I'm going to play a check pattern. By the way, that's what's happening here. Every time you're doing a measure of just the regular, 6, 8, 8 notes, we call that a check pattern because we're checking to make sure that we are together as a line, as a unit, in terms of our rhythm and our playing. That's our check measure, okay? So that's a check pattern. Then when you're throwing the measures with the diddles in, that's the actual exercise. That's the the skill that we're trying to learn, develop, and improve. So anyway, in the second line here, we're going to play a check pattern. Then we're going to do 5-stroke rolls. Okay. Then back to a check pattern. Then tap 5s. Okay. Check pattern for 2 measures, and then we're going to do the 5, the 5, the tap 5, the tap 5. Okay. So here's the entire second line. Here's the whole first page, the first line and the second line. There's the first page. Next page. All right, next up we're doing a check measure, and then we're doing an entire measure of rolls. So, okay, then a tap measure. So check pattern, full bar of roll. Check pattern, tap bar of roll, 2 bars of check pattern, combine the 2 together. Bar of roll immediately into the tap roll. So here is the first line of the second page, or the third line overall. So Hopefully that makes sense. Now we're on the final line, the fourth line, or the second line of the second page. We're going to combine all these things together. We have 2 bars of check it, right? Then we're going to put all of the previous diddle measures together. So we're going to have a bar of the right hand 1 3 5s. Then we're going to have a bar of the 2 4 6. Then we're going to have the 5 strokes. Then we're going to have the tap 5s. Then we're going to have the full measure roll. Then we're going to have the tap roll. And then we're done. Woo! Okay, so here's that final line. Okay, so it's kind of cool. So you do the 1 3 5. Blocks them all together. So here's the whole exercise. Here we go. So there's 6/8 diddle exercise. What's next? All right, next up is the paradiddle pyramid, a classic exercise and warm-up here. As you can imagine, it's going to go through a lot of the various paradiddle rudiments, single, double, triple, diddle, diddle, etc. We're not getting crazy and adding any flams or drags or anything like that into it, although you very well could, and we can talk about that at the end. So it starts off really with a pyramid structure. 4 singles, 4 doubles, 4 triples, and then reverse, back down. 4 doubles, 4 singles. So singles, doubles, triples, doubles, singles, hence your pyramid. Okay, so let's go over that. Here we go. 4 singles, 4 doubles, 4 triples, and back down. Okay, so there you have it. Nice slow speed. Obviously, all these exercises you can do at various tempos. Fast, slow, medium, whatever you want. Notice how in this particular version, I'm also doing 1 accent per rudiment. So single accent on the singles, single accent on the double, single accent on the triple, which is how those rudiments are traditionally written and known. But you could add accents to every right hand, every left hand, something like that. Or so your triples would be like right, 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 left, 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 right, okay? You could add accents on only the diddles. Paradiddle, 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 double, paradiddle, double, paradiddle. So you could transplant and move those accents around, shift them if you will. All right, the next half of the paradiddle pyramid goes, you ready for this? And hopefully you have the writing in front of you. If not, you can always get everything off my website. It's all on there. But anyway, or Google Classroom if you're one of my students here at Leroy. So anyway, we've got single, single, double, single, single, double. Then we're going to reverse that. Double, single, single, double, single, single. Let's play just that much. Okay? Next up, where we just left off, we have paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, single paradiddle. Then it'll be on the other hand, same thing. Paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, single paradiddle, and then paradiddle, paradiddle, and and then a measure of straight 16ths, but played as, two per hand. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, done. So here we go. I'm going to do paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, single, or I'm sorry, yeah, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, single, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, single, 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 and then diddles to the end. Okay? So the whole second half after the pyramid is single, single, double, single, single, double, double, single, single, double, single, single, paradiddle, diddle, paradiddle, diddle, single paradiddle, paradiddle, diddle, paradiddle, diddle, single paradiddle, single, single, diddles to the end. So here's the whole second page, second half, if you will. Okay, so now here is the whole exercise. Here we go. Happy practicing on that one. All right, next up is an exercise entirely of my own creation, out of my own brain here. I call it Wham, Bam, Thank You Flams. And it is obviously going to go through a lot of flam rudiments for you, all with a check pattern of 16th notes in between each measure. So you start off with just 16th notes, 1 E into 2 E into 3 E into 4 E into. Cool. Then you go a measure of flam taps, right? Flam tap, 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 flam tap. Ooh, it's hard to say. Then you're back to your check pattern of 16ths. Then you do a measure of flam acue. Then you go back to your check pattern of 16ths. Then there's a measure of flam paradiddles. Back to your 16th check. Then there's a measure of single flammed mills. Then back to your 16th check. Then flam paradiddle diddle, measure of that. Back to the check pattern. Then patafla-flas, a measure of those. Back to the check pattern. Then inverted flam taps for a bar. Then back to the check pattern-ish. The last measure of the solo there, second to last measure, you're doing your check pattern, but only for beats 1, 2, and 3. Then on beat 4, I've written all 4 16ths, 4 E and as flams, so 4 E and 1, and that's what ends it. All right, so let's break it down. So your first rudiment is flam taps, right? You got flam tap, flam tap, flam tap. The sticking is right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. So your first flam rudiment is flam taps. Your next flam rudiment is the flam acue. That's 1 E and a 2 with a flam on 1, a flam on 2, and an accent on E. So 1 E and that's how the flam acue goes. Now I've got them consecutively, so it's going right from one group into the next. So 1 E and to E and okay? So okay, so that's the bar of the flam acue. Then the next one up is the flam paradiddle. So literally just paradiddles, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, but with a flam on. Okay? Then the single flammed mill, which is backward paradiddles. Right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, with a flam on. Okay? Then we've got flam paradiddle diddle. We actually only get 2 of these in then a regular flamianda to the end. So we've got, okay, you could do it one of two ways. You could do the traditional right, left, right, right, left, 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 right, left, left, right, right, flamianda done. So, okay. Or you could actually do legit paradiddle diddle sticking. So go. Okay, and what I've got written is actually that second one. So paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle. And you could make that last one a paradiddle. I didn't even do that. You could go. Actually, you shouldn't do that because that'll put you on your left hand. So never mind. That's why I just wrote it the way I wrote it. Okay? All right, then pataflaflas. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Okay, so you've got flams on a 1, or actually a 2, a 3, a 4, next measure. So. And then inverted flam taps. So flam taps are right, right, left, left. So the inverts are right, left, left, right. Okay? Which means you need an upstroke for that second hit. Okay? Inverts. Gotta love those. And then, like I said, in the last bar, you're going to go 4 E and 1. All right, so now let's put it all together. Here's the full wham, bam, thank you flams with the check patterns and all of the rudiments. So top to bottom, measure 1 to the end. Here we go. Slowly. Flam taps. Inverts. Flams. All right, so there's wham, bam, thank you, flams. And again, you can take it faster as you go and increase your dexterity and speed and facility of playing all of these rudiments. Enjoy. All right, and our last exercise here on the marching snare drum is tap dance. I don't get to take credit for this one. This is an old school rudiment that's been around for a while, and there's a million iterations of it. Your hands are just basically playing continuous sixteenths with an occasional eighth note break here or there, and we're doing different accented patterns. The first accented pattern that you do for 4 bars is right hand accents on 1, the and of 2, and 4. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and. So. Okay, so that syncopated feeling of 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. All right. Then you've got an accent pattern of right, left, right, because it's going to be 1 E and a 2 E and. So. And then 4 E. Okay, so that's the next 3 bars. Then we're going to do right, left, right, left, right, left, right. So 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Okay. Then we get into this little break of 4/16 and an eighth note, 4/16 and an eighth note, 4/16. So like this. Okay. Then we get a bar of half a bar of eighth notes decrescendoing. 16ths coming back up. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. All right, now we're getting into upbeat accents on the and of 1, and of 2, and then and E and. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, E and. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, E and. Love that little right, left, left, right. Pretty cool pattern. You're going to do that 3 times. And then on the 4th bar, you're going to accent 1, you're going to accent 2, and then 4 E and. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and. All right, we're done with 2 of the 3 pages. On this last page, we're going to go back to the right, left, right, and then a new pattern, left, left. So 1, a 2, a 3, a E, 1, a 2, a 3, a E, 1, a 2, a 3, a E. And then the very last bar, all out 16ths and all out accents. So okay? So let's put the whole thing together. Starts with a check pattern of just 16ths, no accents. Cool? So that's a fun one. Really work on the hand speed on that, you know? You could be like, cool? So have fun with that.